For ages, Egypt has been a land full of ancient wonders waiting to be discovered. The desert sands whisper secrets of the past, suggesting hidden treasures. What a group of explorers found in Egypt exceeded anyone's wildest dreams. They unearthed a tomb belonging to a queen who lived 800,000 years ago, a figure lost in history whose story remained a mystery. Who was this queen? What secrets did her tomb hold? Join us as we explore this incredible discovery made by scientists in Egypt. On January 25, 2011, Cairo was in turmoil. Thousands of protesters took to the streets, demanding the end of President Hosni Mubarak's 30-year rule. While the world's attention was on the chaos above, an extraordinary discovery was unfolding quietly below the surface. In the ancient, dusty tunnels of the Valley of the Kings, a team of archaeologists led by Suzanne Bickel from the University of Basel in Switzerland was on the verge of uncovering one of the most significant archaeological finds of the century. Discovery in the Valley of the Kings. The team found the top of a large, round stone at the eastern end of the valley. Initially, they thought it was just the top of an abandoned shaft. However, this stone turned out to be the entrance to a previously unknown tomb, later identified as KV64. This was a major breakthrough. The Valley of the Kings, a royal burial ground for pharaohs and nobles, had not seen such an important discovery in decades. Before they could explore further, the archaeologists had to navigate Egypt's strict regulations for archaeological discoveries. They covered the stone with a locked iron door, informed the Egyptian authorities, and applied for the necessary permits to continue their excavation. A year later, after receiving the green light, Bickel returned to the site with a team of around 24 experts and laborists, including Elena Piskikova, a distinguished field director from the University of Basel, and Egyptian inspector Ali Rida. Local workers, whose families had lived in the area for generations, also joined the team. The atmosphere buzzed with anticipation as the team prepared to explore the tomb. Each member took turns lying on the ground, pressing their heads against the cool shaft wall, and reaching through a small hole next to the capstone to take photographs. The images they captured were astonishing. Inside the tomb lay a dusty black coffin, carefully carved from plain tree wood and adorned with large, vibrant yellow symbols. The craftsmanship was exquisite. Bickel, who had seen numerous Egyptian artifacts in her career, declared that she had never encountered a coffin in such extraordinary condition. Alongside the coffin, the team discovered fragments of pottery made from Nile silt and pieces of plaster, materials commonly used by ancient Egyptians to seal tomb entrances. These findings, combined with the dating of nearby sites, indicated that the tomb was likely over 3,000 years old, dating back to the New Kingdom period, a time when pharaohs like Ramses II and Tutankhamun ruled Egypt. The symbols on the coffin revealed that the tomb belonged to a woman named Namas Bastet. Experts in ancient Egyptian history, known as Egyptologists, believe she was a high-ranking lady associated with the Amun Temple. Namas Bastet lived during a time when Egypt was a hub of cultural and religious activity, making her burial site particularly captivating. For years, many believed there was nothing new to discover in the Valley of the Kings. This belief dates back to the time when they first started excavating the area. Giovanni Belzoni, an antiquarian from Venice, thought he had uncovered the last of the tombs in the valley during his expedition in 1817. About a century later, another excavator named Theodore Davis also believed he had finished exploring the valley just before the famous tomb of Tutankhamun was discovered. The Valley of the Kings has long been a treasure trove of ancient wonders. During the New Kingdom period, it served as the burial ground for pharaohs and powerful nobles from the 16th to the 11th century BC. Each tomb tells the story of the individual buried within and the society that built it. These tombs are often decorated with detailed wall paintings and inscriptions that provide insights into the religious beliefs and daily life of ancient Egyptians. Today, many believe that there are still many hidden treasures waiting to be found in the Valley of the Kings, the Nile Delta, and across Egypt. Modern technology, such as ground-penetrating radar and 3D mapping, has revolutionized the way archaeologists search for and study ancient sites. These advancements have led to the discovery of previously hidden chambers and artifacts, suggesting that the valley still holds many secrets. Discoveries like Namas Bastet's tomb continue to spark interest in ancient mysteries. The artifacts found within her tomb, although simple, can provide valuable information about the burial practices and daily life of the upper class in ancient Egypt. Items such as pottery, jewelry, and amulets often hold symbolic meaning and were believed to protect and provide for the deceased in the afterlife. It is fascinating to see that even a wealthy woman from this period was buried with rather simple belongings. Bickel notes that Namer's based its plain wooden coffin and basic steel tools stand in stark contrast to the luxurious pottery, furniture, and food found in older tombs. Though her wooden coffin was quite costly, it lacked the complex inner coffin seen in other similar burials. Could this be the resting place of an incredibly ancient queen? After reinforcing the coffin and securing the mummy, Bickel's team transported it across the Nile to Luxor. There, a thorough investigation is currently underway to uncover the true identity of this mysterious woman. Advanced imaging techniques, including CT scans and 3D reconstructions, are being used to study the mummy without damaging it. DNA analysis may provide clues about her lineage, potentially linking her to known royal families or revealing previously unknown connections. With significant insights into the controversial finds of ancient Egypt, people often find that the simplest tombs with wooden coffins turn out to be the oldest. Additionally, their symbols are frequently more detailed. Some experts believe that earlier periods focused more on the quality of descriptions rather than the excess of burial goods. Could this be the discovery of an original burial with simple signs falsely claiming the identity of the occupant to conceal the tomb's true ancient origins? The possibility of an earlier civilization. According to these researchers, the inhabitants of the Pharaonic Empire were not the original builders of the pyramids. Instead, they believe the Egyptians simply copied the grand structures created by an earlier unknown civilization. But how credible are these claims? Is there any substantial evidence to back them up? Supporters of this theory often point to the significant erosion patterns found on the pyramids and, most notably, the Sphinx. They argue that the heavy rainfall that caused these erosion marks suggests that the stone guardian is much older than mainstream experts believe. Detailed studies of past rainfall patterns indicate that the erosion does not match the presumed period when the pyramids and the Sphinx were built. Remarkably, some theorists suggest that these structures could be as old as 800,000 years. However, this idea presents a major challenge. The current understanding indicates that Homo sapiens have only been around for about 300,000 years, making it seemingly impossible for humans to have constructed these monuments at such an ancient time. If these claims hold any truth, they would radically change the understanding of human history and ancient civilizations. The possibility that an advanced society predating known human history might have existed is both thrilling and bewildering, inviting people to rethink the origins of some of the world's most iconic structures. What's remarkable is that these chambers show evidence of multiple flash flooding events involving seawater throughout the ages, suggesting a complex history people are only beginning to understand. What adds to the mystery is the absence of any written records detailing the construction of these monuments. Despite extensive writings found in ancient Egypt, there's no mention of how the pyramids or the Sphinx were built. This interesting gap in historical record sparks curiosity. Delving into Kulab, a site that had been explored extensively apart from its massive ancient wall surrounding the entrance, challenges previous assumptions made by academia. This site holds layers of history waiting to be uncovered, potentially reshaping the understanding of the past. Upon exploring this site, the construction of the wall revealed a monumental feat of human labor and engineering. Yet what lay beyond this formidable barrier surpassed mere natural formation? It was discovered that the area behind the fortress had been intentionally filled with earth, shaping a plateau. This revelation challenged the long-held beliefs of experts who had overlooked the possibility of human intervention in its formation. Moreover, the plateau wasn't just a random occurrence but a deliberate creation. Geologists, academics, and archaeologists had previously missed the signs of deliberate human activity in shaping the landscape. What became apparent was not only the painstaking creation of the plateau to support the fortress but also the ingenious design of its entrances. These passageways proved the remarkable intellect of the builders, allowing access to the site. However, as invaders attempted to breach the fortress, they faced not only the challenge of narrow passages but also strategic vulnerabilities. Furthermore, the entrances weren't mere openings but intricately designed pathways. Some were wide enough to deceive invaders into a false sense of security, only to gradually narrow down, exposing them to attacks from above and from both sides as they advanced towards the main structure. Deep within a complex cave system at the site, accessible only after descending a staggering 800 meters underground, lies a hidden burial chamber. This chamber wasn't just a resting place, it was carefully crafted to ensure the preservation of these individuals' remains for centuries. Moreover, its construction aimed to thwart tomb raiders who have destroyed countless burial sites across history in various cultures. Among the treasures unearthed are wooden idols adorned with detailed carvings and treated with advanced preservation techniques lost to time. These artifacts have defied the ravages of time and climate, offering tantalizing clues to the advanced skills of the ancient inhabitants. However, what sets this discovery apart are the mummies found within the chamber. Unlike anything seen before, these mummies are remarkably intact, with intricate facial features and well-preserved clothing hinting at a sophisticated culture. Their presence challenges existing theories about the site's creators and promises to unravel one of archaeology's greatest mysteries. Thankfully, despite the widespread looting of ancient tombs over the years, this burial chamber remained concealed and untouched until now, holding the potential to rewrite history books. Even though mummies were absent, archaeologist Warren Church remained determined to unlock the secrets of Los Pachucos for nearly 2 decades. He delved into his work, driven by the mystery surrounding the site. Los Pachucos, a marvel of ancient engineering, stood as a fortress against time. Its construction reflected tremendous effort and ingenuity. The Cloud People, or Chachapoya as called by the Incas, inhabited these ruins which dotted the landscape of Peru. Despite the challenges, they thrived until the arrival of the Spanish, but their downfall was hastened by the introduction of smallpox. What makes the Cloud People exciting is not just their resilience, but also their remarkable achievements in construction and preservation. For centuries, Egypt has been a treasure trove of ancient wonders waiting to be discovered. Every grain of sand seems to whisper stories from the past, hinting at remarkable secrets beneath the surface. Recently, explorers made a discovery that exceeded all expectations: a tomb belonging to a queen who lived 800,000 years ago. This queen's identity had been lost over time, shrouded in mystery. Who was she, and what secrets does her ancient tomb hold? Let's dive into this incredible discovery made by scientists in Egypt. On January 25, 2011, as the streets of Cairo were filled with protesters demanding the end of President Hosni Mubarak's 30-year rule, a significant discovery was quietly unfolding beneath the chaos. Deep within the ancient tunnels of the Valley of the Kings, a team of archaeologists led by Suzanne Bickel from the University of Basel in Switzerland was on the verge of uncovering one of the century's most significant archaeological finds. The team had come across the top of a large round stone at the eastern end of the valley. Initially, they thought it was just the top of an abandoned shaft. However, the stone turned out to be part of something extraordinary, an entrance to a previously unknown tomb, later identified as KV-64. This discovery was monumental, as the Valley of the Kings, a royal burial ground for pharaohs and nobles, hadn't seen such a significant find in decades. Before proceeding, the archaeologists had to navigate Egypt's strict regulations for archaeological discoveries. They covered the stone with a locked iron door, informed the Egyptian authorities, and applied for the necessary permits to continue their excavation. After receiving the green light a year later, Bickel returned with a robust team of experts and local workers whose families had lived in the area for generations. The anticipation was palpable as the team prepared for their careful excavation. Each member took turns lying on the ground, pressing their heads against the cool shaft wall, and reaching through a small hole next to the capstone to take photographs. The images they captured revealed an ancient tomb, untouched for millennia, holding secrets from a long-lost era. Inside the tomb, the team found a dusty black coffin made of plane tree wood, adorned with large, vibrant yellow symbols. The craftsmanship was exquisite. Bickel, who had seen numerous Egyptian artifacts, declared it one of the best-preserved coffins she had ever encountered. Alongside the coffin, they discovered fragments of pottery and pieces of plaster, materials commonly used by ancient Egyptians to seal tomb entrances. These findings, combined with the dating of nearby sites, suggested the tomb was over 3,000 years old, from the New Kingdom period when pharaohs like Ramses II and Tutankhamun ruled Egypt. The symbols on the coffin revealed it belonged to a woman named Namas Bastet. Egyptologists believe she was a high-ranking lady associated with the Amun temple. Namas Bastet lived during a time when Egypt was a hub of cultural and religious activity, making her burial site particularly captivating. For years, many believed there was nothing new to discover in the Valley of the Kings. This sentiment dated back to early explorers like Giovanni Belzoni in 1817 and Theodore Davis a century later, who thought they had uncovered the last of the tombs before the famous discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb. However, modern technology such as ground-penetrating radar and 3D mapping has revolutionized archaeological searches, leading to the discovery of previously hidden chambers and artifacts. The Valley of the Kings still holds many secrets, as discoveries like Namas Bastet's tomb continue to spark interest in these ancient mysteries. The artifacts found within Namas Bastet's tomb, although simple, provide valuable insights into the burial practices and daily life of the upper class in ancient Egypt. Items such as pottery, jewelry, and amulets often held symbolic meaning and were believed to protect and provide for the deceased in the afterlife. It is fascinating that even a wealthy woman from this period was buried with rather simple belongings. Bickel notes that Namas Bastet's plain wooden coffin and basic seal tools contrast sharply with the luxurious pottery, furniture, and food found in older tombs. Though her wooden coffin was quite costly, it lacked the complex inner coffin seen in other similar burials. The discovery of Namas Bastet's coffin has caused quite a stir among Egyptologists. Unlike the elaborate gold and jewel-encrusted sarcophagi of well-known pharaohs like Tutankhamun, Namas Bastet's burial suggests a different social status or possibly an even older time. Wooden coffins were typically used for those who could not afford stone, yet the craftsmanship indicates she was still an important figure. After reinforcing the coffin and securing the mummy, Bickel's team transported it across the Nile to Luxor. There, a thorough investigation is underway to uncover the true identity of this mysterious woman. Advanced imaging techniques, including CT scans and 3D reconstructions, are being used to study the mummy without damaging it. DNA analysis may provide clues about her lineage, potentially linking her to known royal families or revealing previously unknown connections. The discovery of Namas Bastet's tomb invites people to rethink the origins of some of the world's most iconic structures and ancient civilizations. This find suggests that the Valley of the Kings still holds many secrets, waiting to be uncovered by modern technology and dedicated archaeologists. In 1835, in the fields of Kent, UK, an ordinary laborer made an extraordinary discovery. His shovel struck the ground in just the right spot, revealing a hidden doorway to an underground realm. This entrance led to a network of mysterious caverns, now known as the Shell Grotto of Margate. The laborer soon realized he had stumbled upon something extraordinary, an underground chamber covered in intricate mosaics made of millions of meticulously arranged seashells. Initially met with skepticism, the laborer's claims were doubted until the entrance was widened, allowing curious onlookers to see the spectacle for themselves. The Shell Grotto became famous for its stunning beauty, but the enigma surrounding its origins and purpose persists. Covering nearly every surface from walls to ceilings, the mosaic spans approximately 190 meters and comprises an estimated 4.6 million shells. Scholars have proposed various theories about its creation, from a whimsical project of a wealthy individual to a prehistoric relic or an astronomical calendar. Despite its fame, the Shell Grotto remains untouched by modern scientific analysis, leaving its age and purpose shrouded in mystery. The mosaic features a fascinating array of shell varieties. Local shells like mussels, cockles, limpets, scallops, and oysters dominate the artwork, but it is the flat winkle that forms the majority of the background infill. This shell's prevalence hints at a deliberate choice, suggesting a symbolic or practical significance. The flat winkle is exceedingly rare in the local area, likely washed up on shores located to the west of Southampton, carried by ocean currents. The Shell Grotto, although stunning, remains relatively obscure in public awareness, and further scientific inquiry is essential to unlock its secrets. In Southeast Asia, a mysterious archaeological site known as the Plain of Jars lies in Laos. Researchers have delved into newspaper archives, oral histories, and recovered remains of an ancient human species believed to be much larger than modern humans. Across the world, intriguing discoveries of giant artifacts, tools, utensils, and massive structures hint at the existence of a race of beings much larger than us. These artifacts suggest a once great civilization with capabilities beyond our understanding. The plain of jars is scattered with thousands of giant stone jars, each crafted on such a grand scale that they seem impractical for modern human use. The largest site contains over 400 jars, some reaching up to 3 meters in height and weighing several tons. The original purpose of these stone jars remains a baffling question. Were they made by our distant ancestors? This mystery has stumped modern scholars and might never be fully explained. Among the hundreds of jars, only one is decorated with the image of a frogman. This unique jar adds to the intrigue, suggesting a possible cultural or ritualistic significance. The image could symbolize a deity, a mythological creature, or a clan emblem, but its exact meaning remains unknown. According to scholars, these jars date back to the Iron Age, around 500 BC, but some evidence suggests they could be even older. Archaeological excavations have uncovered human remains, beads, and ceramics near some jars, indicating that the sites may have been used for burial practices. Local legends claim that the jars were created by a race of giants to brew and store large quantities of rice wine to celebrate a great victory in battle or to collect monsoon rainwater for travelers and traders. The Plain of Jars is one of the most significant prehistoric sites in Southeast Asia, holding secrets that have yet to be uncovered. This remarkable site deserves more attention and research to uncover its ancient mysteries. Who created these enormous jars, and why were they made in such impractical sizes? Where did the stones come from, and how were they transported to their final resting places on these high plateaus? Could they have been made by a race of giants? And who is the mysterious frogman? Unfortunately, we may never know the answers. In Siberia, archaeologists discovered a bracelet dating back to a time modern science attributes to the Denisovan species of early humans. This remarkable bracelet, confirmed by scientists to be 40,000 years old, is the oldest piece of jewelry ever found. The bracelet was unearthed at a site known as Denisova Cave in the Altai region of Siberia in 2008. After detailed analysis, Russian experts confirmed the bracelet's age and authenticity. Intriguingly, the bracelet is made of chlorite, a stone not found near the cave, indicating that the Denisovans either traveled long distances or traded with other groups to obtain the material. The craftsmanship of the bracelet is astonishing, featuring a drilled hole made with advanced tools. This suggests that the Denisovans had more sophisticated technology than previously thought. Scientists have concluded that this intricate piece of jewelry must have been made by the Denisovans, an extinct species of humans. This discovery reveals that they were far more advanced than we had ever realized. The Denisova cave has also yielded other artifacts, including a well-preserved pinky bone and teeth, which have provided crucial DNA evidence. This evidence has helped scientists understand more about the Denisovans and their relation to modern humans and Neanderthals. The Denisovans' advanced skills in jewelry making imply they had knowledge of techniques and tools that were quite sophisticated for their time. The bracelet's polished surface and the precision of the drilled hole suggest they had developed a form of technology previously unknown to modern science. Further examination of the intricate bracelet revealed perplexing details, sending ripples through the academic community. Originally presumed to be a product of natural wear and tear, the discovery of a carefully crafted drill hole challenged the prevailing narrative. The precision of the hole suggested not erosion but the deliberate hand of an ancient artisan wielding sophisticated jeweler tools. Dr. Derek Yanko, in his discourse within Novosibirsk magazine, detailed the bracelet's remarkable dimensions, 2.7 centimeters in width and 0.9 centimeters in thickness. The presence of a perfectly drilled hole, approximately 0.8 centimeters in diameter, hinted at a manufacturing process far beyond the era's technological capabilities. The revelation that the drill bit rotated at a consistently high speed, displaying minimal fluctuations, suggested the use of advanced implements. This discovery sparked speculation within scholarly circles about the bracelet's creator, igniting a fervent debate that left researchers at a loss for concrete answers. The enigma persisted, beckoning those untethered by conventional academia to delve into the realm of speculation and wonder. These archaeological discoveries challenge our understanding of prehistoric human capabilities and hint at a complex, interconnected world. They invite us to rethink the origins of some of the